black with his hand. Oh, okay. Did you pick on somebody?
You do it.
Okay. In the back there against the post.
I'm sorry I came in late. I got caught in the traffic jam because of the marathon. I'm just wondering, do you have some effective strategies to deal with the people who come up to you on the street with the books? I mean, as an ex-Christian, I have a lot of strategies that I deal with when I get confronted by these fundamentalists. But I'm just curious, what are some fair questions you can ask? What are some maybe thinking, jogging questions you can ask people who come up with you trying to solicit your interest?
I would, you know, it's a really tricky thing because they have what I call plexiglass, where it's just, it doesn't matter what you say, it's going to bounce off of it. So you can try to say whatever you want. I mean, free speech, if you really believe in free speech, why can't you read the internet? You know, things like that. There's a lot of information that you're not allowed to see. How could you be free?
With biblicals, you can kind of get at certain contradictions in the Bible.
That's a different story, sir.
Yeah,
We got a lot of questions on it. But, you know, it's one of those you got to try to figure it out, but it's very hard.
Thank you very much.
Yes, what's the latest on the FBI infiltration?
Well, you know, you mean the one with the Guardian's office?
Yeah, where Hubbard's wife and...
Yeah, they all went to jail. They were there for a year. They audited while they were in jail and had success stories like, you know, whatever. And then they got out.
They're all out now?
They're all out. Mary Sue is pretty much in lock and key from what I understand. I mean, not really literally locked up, but she won't say anything. She won't speak out. She's, you know, has, I don't know if they call them bodyguards or what, but, you know.
I understand Hubbard went through a divorce with her. Is that...
Not that I know of.
Oh.
I don't know. He was married 3 times, and I have it on a video where he says, no, I was only married 2 times, so he lied about one of his wives. He's a chronic liar.
Over here to your left.
Yes.
Is your son in the church?
I don't speak about my son. It's his life. That's okay. It's just his personal life.
You know, a couple of years ago, I understand Germany banned this cult in Germany.
They did. They have a lady named Ursula Kaberta who is on their German government, paid by the German government to make sure that they don't harm the businesses. That's another thing Scientology does. They call it Wise International, and that's a whole nother story. But they get into businesses, getting business people sucked in and then get them into Scientology. So Germany's been through this drill before. So they recognize totalitarianism.
They're not in Germany.
Well, they're there to some degree, but they're, you know, not well thought of.
Do you hope for the end of Scientology?
I don't. No, I really don't. I'm here to expose the abuses of Scientology. That's mainly what I care about, which is, you know, fraud, the medical malpractice, disconnection where they break up families, and they're lying. Those are the main things that I talk about.
Okay, me?
Yes.
The other day, John Travolta was on television, and he attributes all his success, all his happiness,
Right.
his total life.
So did I.
And how stupid can he be?
Well, I mean, I'm just as stupid. I can't call him stupid. And professors who've studied academics say cult members are often very high IQ. They're very smart people. They're not stupid. They're trapped into something where they are isolated. The celebrities have their own private entrance into the Celebrity Center, their own parking lot. They have their own secret course room. They are isolated. Yes.
You know, when you first went to a meeting on your own, but they put you off, but they said that they would have someone contact you. My question is, I get the feeling because of the thousands of dollars that people have to pay in order to take these various courses and get punished and all of this kind of stuff. Don't you, do you think that they knew who you were and that you did have access to a lot of money?
Of course they did. These were 2 kids in my hometown.
Therefore, they're not going to be interested in me on the street. They're going
True.
to only be interested in people that they already think have some kind of deep pockets.
Now, let me just explain that. First of all, in the old days, it wasn't so much. It wasn't so expensive. So I think the guys that came to see me really didn't think, oh, she's got a lot of money, because it wasn't that bad. But now you're correct. They mainly are going after people with money, which Miscavige even said, you know, you have to change how you look. We want you to dress like this because we're after the business community because they have the money. They're after kids, money, and artists. Those are their 3 main topics. But they didn't ever contact me. Remember, they came in and gave me the Dianetics book. They didn't call me.
Lord, is that for me?
Yeah.
I heard you.
Hi, we came down from
We'll
Santa Barbara.
try to
Oh, wait, she came down from Santa Barbara. Go on.
My question is there anyone
someone up high in the U.S. government or a member of Congress that is a Scientologist, and would they be open or secretive about it?
They're pretty secretive. There is, I don't know that he's high up in the government, and I can't answer all that because there could be more. But I know Bruce Wiseman has kind of sleazed into a women's group and is running it. And he probably says he's a Scientologist because it's been such a flap with them not saying they're Scientologists that they now are trying to say they are. But I noticed, like I went to the Chamber of Commerce around here. They're in every Chamber of Commerce. And they came up to me when I first left and said, Tory, we're glad you're here. And I said, you know what? You're going to be really sorry you said that in about 2 minutes. Yes?
This is not a question, it's a comment. You're aware, I'm sure, that the principles of brainwashing you described
Yes.
are being used right now on the American public by Karl Rove and Dick Cheney.
I am. Hear, hear. Thank you. Yes.
Is it true that, like, the Moody Blues, Travolta, Eva Cruz, all these people signed agreements early on when they were first brought into Scientology that says that they will give a certain percentage of all their earnings for the rest of their lives if they turn their lives over to Scientology? And
Usually not. Usually not that way. If you use the business, if you're in it with the wise, you pay 10%. But you're counseling people using his materials, so you're paying for that. They do have to sign enormous amounts of things now saying they will give up their life, personal freedoms to the Church of Scientology now. That came out in Racer magazine recently, and it's on the internet, that they will give up their own personal freedoms. You have to call the church before your family. And it's really scary.
Just three things here. First of all, if Scientology were so great, why is Travolta such a mediocre actor? I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm an actor.
Okay.
Two, it's just really amazing how similar some of the philosophical foundations of Scientology, which I wish you would explain more what it's supposed to do for the individual, are so similar to the Back to the Land movement in Germany prior to Nazi Germany.
It's very similar, and I'm sorry I didn't get to that.
Amazing,
They are.
similar.
That's right.
How they work in business.
That's right.
While pretending to be something else, being for the common people.
Right.
I mean,
that's why I say they sell freedom, they're really enslaving you. They sell, that you can, free speech, but they cut off your free speech.
What do they believe they can do for you, though? I mean,
They say they can erase your reactive mind so you don't have any more problems, so that you've got a perfect memory. They find whatever it is you have a problem with, because all of us have different problems. And their thing, they call it your ruin. And they find your ruin and they say, there's a chance Scientology can help you. And they start you in on the thing.
Hi, I'm a Scientologist. I've been a Scientologist.
Where are you?
What's that?
Oh, there. Okay, I didn't know where you were.
I've been a Scientologist for over 20 years.
Right.
And Scientology has done an amazing amount of things for me.
Right.
I'm much more me. I'm much more able. I didn't have a lot of money. I'm making much more money right now because I'm more productive, and my children are doing well. There's things in Scientology that really are for people. There's knocking on, which is getting people off drugs. These are good things. There's a study method, which you mentioned. It works.
I'm not saying there are not. I said there are things that are good. I said Scientologists are good. I said that the people running it are doing some really creepy things, and if you and I sat down and you would listen, you would kind of go, there's a point where you just can't keep doing it. And when you hit that point, many of us have spent hours with executives trying to get them to change, and they won't. And that's the point when you go, you know what, I'm done.
I'm way up the bridge, and I think what you're saying is your opinion, which is totally fine.
That's what I said it was going to be my opinion.
For you and also for me. So
Right.
thank you for letting me speak.
You're welcome, and good luck to you. And I highly recommend you read both sides. Yes?
Hi. Are you aware of the Beverly Hills Playhouse acting school?
I am.
Acting school?
Yeah.
So you know
Milton Gonzalez, right?
They
Yeah.
have a lot of Scientology acting teachers.
Right.
Do you believe it's used for recruitment?
Well, Scientology, anywhere, Scientologists, just as this lady, believe it's the greatest thing. It helped her. So and Hubbard was like, we have to clear the planet. That's his thing. That's the goal of Scientology, is to clear the planet. Of what? To clear it of their reactive minds. So you mean get everybody in Scientology. So to that degree, they're always going to be sifting and looking and trying to get people in. But it's not only that. They're acting teachers.
yeah, I'm a
proud member of this organization. I think they do a lot of good things, but if I found out that the leadership of this organization was intimidating people, breaking up families, and doing all the awful
Right.
things you say they do, I'd tell them to go F themselves.
Thank you.